Quiet now, everybody. Quiet, listen to me. We're going to start a show. Now, some of you people have been with me before. You know it's going to be a tough grind. You're going to dance until your feet fall off. You're not able to stand up any longer. But we're going to have a show.
Welcome to the Pink Door Podcast. Imagine a town that is so fiercely in demand that if not a single new house was listed today, the entire town would be completely sold out of real estate in exactly 12 days.
12 days. Just a staggering visualization, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, every colonial, every cape, every waterfront cottage just gone. Poof. Welcome to Pembroke, Massachusetts, zip code 02359 in February of 2026.
Yeah, being 12 days away from absolute zero inventory is a wild concept to wrap your head around.
It's crazy. And our core mission for today's deep dive is to unpack this massive stack of February 2026 real estate data we've gathered on the Pembroke market.
Right, and we should mention, we are not just going to read a boring spreadsheet to you.
Oh, definitely not. We've pulled multiple listing surveys, Realtors Property Resource, or RPR Market Trends, and a whole batch of specific public sales records.
The real heavy hitters of market data.
Exactly. Our goal is to decode what it actually takes to buy or sell a home in Pembroke right now. Because, honestly, these sources are revealing a market moving at breakneck speed.
Oh, absolutely breakneck. And it features some incredibly quirky properties, too.
Well, we'll get to the quirks, don't worry.
What's fascinating here is that real estate data isn't just numbers. It really is a real-time psychological snapshot of what people value.
Yeah, like what they want out of their daily lives.
Right, and frankly, how anxious they are to secure a piece of the South Shore. You see the sheer willpower playing out in these spreadsheets.
Willpower is a very polite word for it. Let's start with the macro picture, because to understand that psychological snapshot, we really first have to look at this glaring disparity.
The gap between the active and sold listings.
Yes, the difference between what is for sale and what is actually selling. It's almost absurd.
It is the great paradox of this market right now. According to the RPR trends, if you look at the active listings,
Meaning the home's just sitting out there waiting for a buyer.
right, the median list price for those active listings in February hit a staggering $1,194,500.
Over $1 million.
Yeah, and that's up 9.1% from just last month.
Which is a huge jump.
Yeah.
But then you look at the actual sold numbers.
Exactly. The median sold price was drastically lower. It came in at $649,900.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because a $500,000 gap between the for sale signs and the sold signs makes no sense on the surface.
It sounds like two different towns entirely.
Right. Is this like looking at a designer catalog but actually shopping at a clearance rack? Why is there a $500,000 gap there?
Well, it comes down to how averages are skewed. That active inventory is heavily weighted by a few luxury properties that are just sitting on the market.
Ah, so they aren't moving.
Right, they linger. Meanwhile, the realistic middle-tier homes are being devoured the absolute second they hit the MLS.
So the normal houses don't even stick around long enough to pull the active average down.
Exactly. And the data really backs this up. The month's supply of inventory is sitting at just 0.43 months.
Wait, 0.43?
Yeah, which is down over 45% from last month. So this means if no new homes came on the market, Pembroke would run out of houses to sell in roughly 12 days.
12 days.
It is an extreme seller's market.
That is just wild because the inventory is practically non-existent. I mean, a 12-day supply, the natural result is this adrenaline-fueled buying environment.
Oh, the speed is incredible. And the median days on market in RPR is just 6 days.
6 days, down 25% from last month, right?
Correct. And the sold to list price ratio is at 101.2%.
Meaning people are just consistently paying over the asking price.
Every time. Let's highlight a specific example from the public records. 43 Edward Drive.
Oh, I saw that one.
It was listed at $899,900, and it sold for $952,000.
Wow.
Over 50 grand above asking.
But wait, if a house is on the market for 6 days, you barely have time to check the water pressure, let alone make the biggest financial decision of your life.
It's a very compressed timeline for sure.
Is this a healthy market or just a panic buying frenzy? It sounds like panic.
I get why it looks that way, but if we connect this to the bigger picture, buyers are highly educated right now.
And heavily pre-approved, I assume.
Oh, totally pre-approved before they even start looking. They aren't browsing on a Sunday afternoon. They are hunting.
So when they see what they want, they don't hesitate.
Exactly. When a property like that four-bedroom colonial on Edward Drive pops up.
The one with a spa-like bath, right?
Yes, the spa-like bath, the towel warmer, and that den with the main cabin feel.
Oh, I loved that description.
Right, when something like that pops up, buyers strike instantly with premium offers because they already know it's exactly what they've been waiting for.
So if buyers are fighting tooth and nail for these homes, what exactly are they getting? Let's dive into some of the specific February sales records.
We really should, because it shows the incredible variety of Pembroke real estate.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Let's talk about the eccentric estate. 125 Oldham Street.
Oh yes, that one sold for $730,000.
Right. A 3.1-acre property. It has a ski chalet feel, an octagon gazebo, and this is my favorite part, a literal physical tree built right through the house.
Serving as a coat rack?
Yes. Is a tree in the living room a luxury feature or a structural liability?
Well, to the right buyer, it's definitely a feature.
It seems like in this market, buyers aren't just buying square footage. They are aggressively bidding on character.
I totally agree. Pembroke's appeal really lies in its diverse offering.
It's definitely not a cookie-cutter town.
Not at all. From antique farmhouses to waterfront cottages, there's so much variety. Speaking of which, look at the antique farmhouse on Pleasant Street that went for $595,000.
Beautiful property.
Or the secret hideaway at 50 Standish Street.
Oh, the raised ranch. That sold for $509,000, I think.
Yes. Next to conservation land, with a huge secret organic lawn that you can't even see from the street.
Talk about privacy.
Exactly. Buyers aren't settling, they're buying into the South Shore lifestyle.
The nature, the ponds.
Right. Stetson Pond, Oldham Pond. It's the unique history of the area.
And speaking of Oldham Pond, what about that waterfront fixer-upper at 51 Adams F?
Ah, that one sold for $362,000.
Which is pretty low for this market.
It is, but it's a rare chance at direct waterfront. The catch is you have to rebuild your own dock.
So they're buying the potential just as much as the house.
Precisely. They want the lifestyle so badly, they'll take on a massive project to get it.
So what does this all mean? If you're listening to this and you're thinking about jumping into the market, we need to translate these colorful anecdotes into a practical action plan.
Definitely. The data gives us a very clear roadmap.
Well, average prices for single-family homes sold specifically in this batch were around $572,500.
Right, so there's a definite sweet spot there.
So if you are buying, you need a strategy. You need that pre-approval locked and loaded.
And a willingness to act in under a week. You can't sleep on it.
No sleeping on it at all. And what if you are selling? You obviously have a massive advantage.
You do, but sellers must price accurately. That $500,000 to $700,000 range is the sweet spot to trigger a bidding war.
Right, because if you get greedy and price your home at the active median of $1.19 million,
When the market is actually absorbing homes at $650,000,
you might just leave yourself sitting empty-handed.
exactly, you'll become one of those lingering properties skewing the data.
Nobody wants to be the stale listing in a 12-day market.
This raises an important question, though. How long can this inventory squeeze last?
That's what everyone wants to know.
Before the spring market potentially brings some relief, I mean.
Yeah, it's a high-pressure situation for sure.
It really is. And I want to leave you with a final kind of provocative thought to ponder.
Oh, let's hear it.
What happens to a community's identity when an area becomes so desirable that inventory effectively hits zero? Right. Does the town freeze in place, or does it spark a renaissance of renovations, where people tear down and rebuild because they simply refuse to leave?
Because they literally can't buy anything else in town. That is fascinating to think about. If you have any questions about this episode, or if you are thinking about buying or selling a house anywhere on Boston's South Shore from Southie to Sagamore, give Jim Aldred a call. He would love to speak with you. Jim believes that people in transition often feel anxious about buying or selling a home, and he provides them with the guidance and security to help your family move on smoothly. Thanks for listening, and catch you on the next episode of the Pink Door Podcast.
Thank you.